I was just sitting here thinking about how to make money, and I got it. Casinos, adults' favorite pastime, has been around for centuries, dating all the way back to 1638. But there's always been one problem with it, and that is, where are all the children? These casinos don't know what they're doing, so that's why I'm going to open my own casino where children can gamble. FBI, open up! Okay, it looks like that child gambling is illegal. But hey, at least I got this window where I can see a Chuck E. Cheese. So when they do it, it's fine. Arcades, they were popularized in the early 80s, but I think you can see there's a big departure from Donkey Kong and Connect Four Hoops. So, how did we go from this to this? Well, in the early 2000s, there was a decline in arcades due to the rise of Xbox Live, which is strangely what every girl has told me when we break up. But eventually, they started popping up again, and this is not an arcade. This is just underage gambling with more steps. You must be asking who popularized all this, and that's these two idiots, Dave and Buster. Alright, so pretty much one of them had an arcade and the other one had a steakhouse inside of a train station. And most people would be walking back and forth between the places, so Mr. Dave and Mr. Buster opened up a Dave and Buster's. One takes care of the games, the other takes care of the food. Dave and Buster's was always aimed towards young adults, but they never denied kids to play games. And bingo, there it is, illegal child gambling. Dave and Buster's knows how to advertise. They always have some sort of deal going on, and change the menu every so often to try and get people to come and spend money. And they even were the first to do the whole play card thing. And for a while, they were the only ones to do it, but pretty much every arcade has these things, and every other place has a very simple system. You would put $10 on the court, and you have $10 to play games. But Dave and Buster's, they're smarter than that, because if you want to buy a court, you have to pick from this menu of options. So, like, $15 is 75 chips, which is really confusing, and no one would be able to remember how much money they have, but more importantly, how much they're spending. It's fucking genius. Most of the games all cost different amounts of chips, so it makes you spend more money than you think you are. It's mind blowing how much they can rip you off, especially because of how stupid the games can be. Every single Dave and Buster's exclusive game is the same thing. I'm sorry, but I don't want to play Pac-Man on a big ass screen. The coolness factor goes away after the first time you see it, and then it's just whatever. And what's even stupider is how they make you pay for free mobile games. But I will say that I am the undefeated Kasi Load King. Now, I am over exaggerating the mobile games because, in reality, they work really good as arcade games. Stuff like Kasi Load and Flappy Bird are perfect. But why does Candy Crush need one? There's some other ones like Subway Surfer, Temple Run, and Doodle Jump. Those are all really simple conversions, unlike the Chad Jetpack Joyride machine, where you have to sit in a seat and use these two buttons as if you're using a real jetpack. Some other stuff that's weird to me at this place is when console games are there. There's machines for Minecraft Dungeons and Injustice, and they are two very interesting machines where you can get a coin of a character and it will save your progress, which is such a wild idea for an arcade game. Stuff like that really interests me.
Why should I care about any of this, though? Who gives a shit if an arcade game can save my progress?
I don't know, man. You're the one listening.
I'm upping your prison sentence for this.
At this point, you must be asking yourself, what if I get tired of arcade games? That's why I'm happy to introduce to you Main Event.
Oh, I love Main Event.
You're going to hate what I'm about to say then. Main Event is more of a family type of place, but it is one hell of a money pit. I don't think I've seen a bigger scam than Main Event. Let me just list off all the things you can do. Games, bowling, laser tag, VR, lightsaber dojo, billiards, story rooms, karaoke, mini golf, gravity ropes, and multi-ball.
But wait! There's more!
Mini escape rooms, and quest cube. It's like fucking Disney World now. It's crazy. Now, most of the stuff is self-explanatory, but what the hell is a story room, gravity ropes, multi-ball, and quest cube? Well, let's start by explaining gravity ropes. Gravity ropes is a stupid name. It's really just walking on small platforms attached by ropes. And I understand where ropes come in, but what's so gravity about it? You're still at the same gravity as you were before. Story rooms seem interesting for the first time, but they're very gimmicky, you know? From the few videos, it looks like I'm forced to do a Among Us task for 20 minutes, but I guess a decent little thing for kids. Multi-ball is a very young kid type of thing. It's pretty much you throw a ball at a wall trying to hit a target. There's a couple games you can play, even an educational one, and just imagine bringing a kid here and saying that they can only play the educational game. Quest Cube is this big room you walk into where all the walls are screens, and you and the whole family must throw balls at the targets on the screen. Where have I seen this before? Besides that, it says on the website that the main appeal is the fact that the games are based on movies. On the website, it only says Rock is one of the playable games. And my only question is, who the hell watched Rock? And who the hell wants to go to main event so you can throw a ball at the cat from it? Now, I know none of that was child gambling, but I say it's a great cover up for all the other stuff in there. Let's get back on track with Chuck E. Cheese. Charles Entertainment Cheese, I have a bone to pick with you.
You can't talk to him right now. He's in a different jail.
What? Did he also get put in for child gambling?
No, he's a child predator.
Oh, damn. Chuck E. Cheese first opened in 1977, and back then it was a lot more adult, with Mr. Cheese even having a cigar. But I guess he got lung cancer because he stopped doing that, and now that I think about it, him being in jail makes sense after they took away the stage. Besides the whole band part of it, the price is pretty generic, and most of the time don't have the best game selection, and are very stingy on tickets. And Cholas has seen better days. These places are closing left and right, and COVID definitely didn't help that, and it especially didn't help those little kid areas it used to have. But all I can say to Chuck E. Cheese in its probably last couple of years is, thank you for giving me an early gambling addiction. In fact, thank every child casino for giving me an early gambling addiction. I'm not getting out of jail, am I?